Hey everyone, this is Randy from BibleBuyingGuide.com. Today I'm taking a look at the NASB Topaz from Cambridge. This is the 2020 NASB, and they've sent it to me in brown calf split leather. Here is all the information, and here is a look at the text. This does follow the design of all the other Topaz editions, which means that it has a double column verse by verse layout. It does not include other formatting, so you're not going to see poetry, or you're not going to see letters or lists or anything like that. It's just straight verse by verse. But it does have references on in the outer margin, 95,000 references in the outer margins, and then the full set of footnotes in the footer, and then dark red for the highlights, which are used for the verse numbers. And as you can see here, we have a bold verse number. This indicates the paragraph. And then we have dark red for the chapter numbers, part of the book name, the introduction of the book name, and then marking the chapters. The font is 10 point, and it has around 6 or 7 words per line. Old Testament quotes are in all caps. Dark brown ribbons. This is a red letter edition, so let's look at the red. And there is the red. That is a dark red. I like that. That is easy to read. Printed with line matching, so the words on both sides of the page line up so that it improves readability. So here is the calf split leather. I'm a calf split fan. I like calf split. It is stiff, and that's one of the reasons I like it. The grain looks good. Holy Bible print on the front, and then here's the spine. It does not include raised hubs, but it does have the slightly raised, very slightly raised. That's just a good overall size. It feels good. It's easy to hold and carry. Little bit of an overhang, not a whole lot. Just a little bit. Sewn binding, and you can see that it is reinforced. So there's a reinforced binder's tape. Vinyl liner. This is still new, so it will break in better than it has for me, because I've only used it for a week. But as you can see, it stays open on its own. Thickened sheets in the front. Then this Bible belongs to, and then family records. That includes children, marriages, grandchildren, and deaths. 28 GSM paper, and this is the French paper. Here's the information for the paper. I'm not going to pronounce that. I could not pronounce that, but it is printed by Royal Jongbleod in the Netherlands. Typeset in 10 point by 2K Denmark. The paper has a silky feel to it. It is highly opaque for how thick it is, and it is definitely a premium paper. White in color. The only time you notice any show through is when there's not something printed on the other side of the page, like right here. So you'll see it here, but it's not noticeable when you're reading it, and that is due to both the opacity of the paper and to the line matching. It looks good. There's the full set of footnotes, and there's the 95,000 cross references. A little bit of space on some of the pages that you can use for notes. Yeah, this looks good. Book started on a new page. I like this. And the reason I like calf split is because it's easy to hold open in the hand. I like that. In the back is the NASB Topical Index. This is huge. Over 100 pages. And it does have some theology in here. Just use that as reference and do your own study, just like always. But it is a very good index. I like this index a lot. A lot of information in there. This is really good for study and sermon prep. Excellent. Then we have our Cambridge maps. And this is 15 maps, including a color-coded map index This is one of my favorite map indexes. I like it when they include a map index. I think every Bible should have a map index. Here are the maps. They're printed on thick semi-gloss paper, but they look good. Highly detailed, very colorful, easy to use. Lots of information on these maps. They're from Oxford cartographers. Of course, they're going to include distance, routes, borders, rivers, oceans. Yeah, lots of good information there. I like these maps a lot. Excellent. This one shows some topography. Really good maps. That is excellent. So let's take a look at the size and weight. The overall size, the size that you need if you're going to put it in a case, is 6 3/4 by 9 7/8 by 1.25, 1 1/4. And it weighs 2 pounds, 6.5 ounces. So let's see how it compares to a few other Bibles. First is the NASB Diadem from Cambridge. This one is a 1995 NASB, and it is about the same thickness, but the footprint is smaller. Not a lot smaller, but it is smaller. The leather is quite a bit different. And the paper is the same. The references is the same. The footnotes are the same. But the Diadem has a concordance rather than a topical index. And here's how the text compares. Quite a bit smaller font. See if I can get Isaiah. So there's how Isaiah looks. Excellent hand-sized Bible. I like this one a lot. But the print is a little bit small compared to the Topaz. Of course, the advantage in the Diadem is that it is a paragraph edition with a poetic setting. And this one is also red letter. See how the red compares? The red in the Topaz is quite a bit darker. Next is the NASB Clarion. This is also a 1995 edition and also in brown calfskin. This one has a larger difference in overall size, a lot thicker, and a lot smaller footprint. Also has 28 GSM paper. The Clarion has an 8.75 font versus the 10-point font. Here's how they compare. See if we can get Isaiah next to Isaiah here. So there's how the fonts compare. Clarion has the same references and the same footnotes, same maps, but it has a concordance. And then finally, the Schuyler Stren. This is also in the 2020 NASB. The footprint is similar, but the Stren is thicker. And that is due to it being a wide margin edition. Stren also is a single column. It's still a verse-by-verse edition, but it's single column. It has the formatting for poetry and for letters. So here's how it compares. This one's a little difficult to show. But the Stren also has the same footnotes, the same references, and it has different maps, and it has a concordance. Same paper. So that is my quick look at the Cambridge Topaz NASB edition and the 2020 New American Standard Bible in brown calf split leather. I like the brown calf split leather. That looks good. I like this paper. It's highly opaque. It's white in color. Highly opaque. Can be a challenge to turn if your hands are a little stiff. But I I haven't had any issues with it. So if you're looking for a verse-by-verse edition of the NASB 2020, I recommend this one. It looks really good. So I'll place links in the notes so that you can make a purchase if you're interested. Also links to BibleBuyingGuide.com to the written review, where you'll find more detail, because I always go into more detail in my written reviews. And Cambridge did supply this in exchange for an honest review. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.